This is their portable cordless tire inflator. Now, I can't tell you how many times I've gone out to use my riding mower and it's got a flat tire. Or my kids are like, oh, I want to ride my bike, but the tire's flat. Can you haul out the air compressor and the hose or whatever? They lose all their bike pumps. I just happen to have brought a couple things to try out. A bike tire. So this bike tire is flat. I can squish it all the way down, and actually we can make it even more flat by just putting one connector on here, and you can see it lets the air out of it. So how do we set this thing up if we were going to inflate a kid's bike tire? Let me show you that real quick. So I'm plugging this in and then I'm locking it down. This is the side of the unit there. I'm going to go to the overhead screen so you can see what I'm doing. So I've plugged that in and I've locked that side down. I'm going to plug this side in and I'm going to lock it down. Now, if you have enough pressure and everything connected properly, let's see if I got that. There we go. It would read out. Now this bike tire is flat, so there's no air pressure in it. But what I can do is I can use this and I can set my PSI to whatever I want. If I hold it down, it should go faster. So you can see I'm going to say I want to go to 20 PSI on this bike tire, and then I can hit play. Now, sorry, that was loud, but I know my noise canceling probably took care of that for you. But yeah, that was it running. It's pretty loud, but all of them are, right? But what it's done is it's actually charged this bike tire. Now, I can bounce it on the table here, and it actually works. Now, if you read on this bike tire, it can actually go up to 60. So this is kind of a street tire, so you can get up higher. So if I need a few more, I can do that. Another problem that I have on this one, you'll see it in a second here. So it's going to get there, and this may start counting down a little bit. I was having that happen earlier. And what that means is I actually do have a leak on here. So this has got an integrated pressure monitor. There you go, 21.5 it's telling us. And it may actually come down a little bit, 21. So I've got a leak in this tire. That's probably why it was flat when I went and grabbed it, 20.5. So you're getting two items really cool here. You're getting both the pressure meter and the tire filler. So you can see this tire going down on its own right there. So that tire's done. Let's go back and talk about some other cool items. And then I'm going to show you how it works on cars. If you're worried about overinflating a tire, this, when it gets to that rate, it immediately stops, which is really cool. So I'm going to show you guys that real quick. First one I'm going to show you, I'm going to bring it over here on the side. Okay, tire inflator test. So this one is from Yantu, and this is my boat trailer tire. Now, this was using it last night, and I'll show you some of the cool stuff coming up. There's how you power it on and plugging it in. Now, my boat trailer is in pretty good condition, and the tires are new. So again, 3.01 bars is, if you hit the PSI button, 45 PSI. Now, I know cold tire pressure on these is actually supposed to be 50, so I was able to increase it up to 50. And so when I hit the go, I was like, wait a sec, it's not doing anything. And that's because it was already at 45. So it didn't do anything because it was already at pressure. So if you go up to 50, now hopefully you guys will hear this. Yeah, it kind of drowns out. The noise canceling is going to drown out any of the noise that it's making. There we go. 37 seconds to get me just a top off from 45 to 50 PSI. So I can get it to the pressure I want. Now, this is actually when I did my travel trailer, which has a slow leak. It leaks like 1 PSI a day. Well, if it parks for 30 days, you're down to a flat tire. So I've always had to drag my air compressor up to the top of my property and plug it in. I don't have power where this thing was. I didn't have a car that I could use on it. And I just want to show you how cool this thing is without any additional power. Now, I just filled up the other one and I came up here, so it's only had 37 seconds of use. I can go ahead and hit this button and set this one to go to 50 PSI. Now I'm going to speed this video up a lot because I don't want you guys to have to sit here. It does take a while. You know, it's going to do, what, maybe 10 PSI a minute, maybe 8 PSI a minute. But it's doing this entirely on the built-in batteries, which is amazing. I was able to get it to 50 PSI, so if you have a big RV that needs hundreds of PSI, the cool thing about this is you can get yourself up to something where you can roll on it safely within a matter of minutes. So 5 minutes.
That worked.
I think I'm talking in the video. 5 minutes and 40 seconds there, it's already able to inflate the tire, which is super cool. And that was this inflator that's sitting right here. So from Yantu company, that was a really neat feature. Again, if you didn't have enough battery power, you could plug this in and plug it right to the car. But I love the convenience of battery portability. And the cool thing about this is you're able to inflate anything. You go into the sports park, you don't have a car right there, you can fill up as many basketballs as you want. If you want to fill up bike tires, you're taking the kids out, you can fill up as many of those as you want, and you don't have to have anything, which is really cool. Again, convenient carry bag, and again, this is from the Yantu company. This is their cordless tire inflator, which pretty cool product. Again, I was not expecting a lot, especially out of something I thought it might do, 10 psi and shut off. But this thing worked really, really well. So that's from the Yantu company. There's the instructions.